Hey everybody, this is David here, aka Chessman, um, bringing you some chess content. Today we're going to analyze a game from the Tata Steel Chess uh, tournament that was playing. It's Rapid and Blitz. This is from round one of the Rapids, and we're and the people playing was Hans Niemann and Murzin, Volodar. I don't know how to say his name, but I know how to say Hans Niemann. So we're gonna be covering Hans Niemann. I've been doing a lot of analyzing games videos. Basically, I've always wanted to watch somebody analyze games like every move, not skip a bunch and then just give me the like I want to know what every move is for. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. I'm using the help of chess.com's game review. And so between that and using our brains, we should be able to figure out the moves pretty good. So um, I put the game into the analysis board. I hit game review. It's processed, and so let's take a look. In this game, Hans played with a 90.7 accuracy. Not bad, but definitely under what he's capable of. And Murzin only played with an 83.2 accuracy. Um, it says Hans played like as if he was a 2650, which he's a 2636, so that's pretty good for him. And Murzin played like a 2300. The opening was 100% accuracy, so you can still take notes and use the opening information we get from this. Middle game was only 87.8% and 75.8 for Murzin, and there was no end game. All right, so let's start the review.
White grabs the center with this move. A classic way to begin, folks.
Okay, so I'm even gonna cover these first moves, even though usually we skip through these. They're just book moves. But just in case you don't know much about chess, I want to hit on every move. Basically, what I know from chess, like it doesn't tell us. All it says is this move grabs the center. What it also does, well, first off, it controls these two center squares more specifically, and um, it opens up the bishop so the bishop can come out and the queen can come out.
The French defense offers positional games and some explosive counterattacking possibilities.
Um, Basically, e6, it's getting ready to play d5. So e6 supports d5, and it also opens up a pathway for the bishop to get out and the queen. It's just usually you don't want to develop your queen too early, so it's usually about the bishop. Next,
White's grabbing central space, responding to the French.
just like it says, grabbing more central space. It grabbed. Now white has control of all these squares, and now the dark bishop can get out.
D5 is a counterattack in the center that threatens the e4 pawn.
So like it says, this counterattacks the center, and if white does nothing, black can take this pawn. So white has to respond to that.
Knight c3 defends the e4 pawn and pressures the d5 pawn.
Right, so defends this pawn and puts pressure on the d5 pawn, even though it's protected enough times. It's protected by the pawn and the queen, so we can't take it. Well, we can take it. It's just we wouldn't win anything. All right.
Knight f6 defends the d5 pawn and also attacks the e4 pawn.
So this defends the d5 pawn and attacks the e4 pawn. It also develops a piece, makes it closer so black is that much closer to castling and bringing his king to safety.
G5 closes the center and immediately attacks the knight on f6.
So this closes the center. It grabs more space and attacks the knight. So it does it with tempo. So the knight has to move.
Knight f d7 retreats. attacked knight and prepares the c7, c5 pawn break.
So knight had to retreat. So and it prepares this c7, c5.
f4 supports the e5 pawn and prepares to develop the knight to f3 behind the f pawn.
Like I said, this supports the e5 pawn and prepares. Now you can develop the knight behind the pawn.
c5 attacks the d4 pawn and prepares to develop the knight to c6 behind the c pawn.
All right.
Knight f3 supports the d4 and e5 pawns.
Like I said, it supports these two pawns.
Knight c6 develops the knight and attacks the d4 pawn.
Attacks the d4 pawn.
Bishop e3 develops the bishop and defends the d4 pawn.
Develops the bishop, defends the d4 pawn. So everything has been about developing and the center. Those are the two main things you want to do in the opening: is develop and play in the center.
a6 takes control of the b5 square and prepares the b5 pawn push.
And basically, it stops the bishop from coming to here. The bishop or the knight. I don't know why you'd want to bring the knight there, but it can't go there now. And like I said, it prepares the b5 push.
Queen d2 develops the queen, supports the bishop on e3 and prepares queenside castling. b5 takes space on the queen side, controls the c4 square, and prepares to fianchetto the light squared bishop to b7.
Right, so the bishop's going to want to come to here now. It's blocked in over here, so it doesn't really have a choice but to go here.
White's bishop is out and about. Let's see what they cook up.
So basically it's saying there's no real point about this move except that it develops the bishop. It doesn't put any pressure on the center or nothing like that. It just develops the piece. And there's just, if there was a way to play this bishop and put pressure on the center, it would have been played probably, but there wasn't. So
The queen joins the party. Classic developing move for black.
it just develops the queen. No specific reason why it went there except that it's developed. Like there's no specific game plan yet as to why this queen is here. You're just trying to put your pieces on active squares, as active as they can be.
This move is an absolute banger.
Says it's a banger, doesn't tell us why, but it does give us this show follow-up, so let's see what the follow-up is. So it's expecting these moves to be played. I still don't understand why the knight being on d1 is so great, except that it can go to f2. And then from there, I don't know. I guess it can go to g4, but I don't know why that would be good. Or actually, I'm sorry, it can go to d3, and that would be good. It would be attacking the bishop. At least it would be doing something. Maybe you could play b4 and then station your knight here, even though there's already a knight ready to capture. Yeah, it's pretty drawn position right now.
That creates a pawn chain.
Creates a pawn chain. Saying it's good because it creates a pawn chain. Let's see what the follow-up is. Because I don't really know why that was such a great move. It gains more space. So. Okay. So it's expecting white to play c3.
That strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space.
Strikes the center with a pawn and trying to gain space. Show the follow-up. So a lot of trades.
Spicy meatball right here, yo. Recapture that piece. Easy peasy recapture. Simple capture. This move is the only one that works. What a find. Not so fast. This blocks the attack on the queen.
Alright, so blocks the attack on the queen. That's why it was played. It was the only move, I guess.
Bullseye. Recapture that piece. This starts to create the threat to create a protected passed pawn.
Show the idea. Okay, so it's threatening to go to d6, which would be a protected passed pawn, which could be pretty important. I mean, it doesn't say it is. It's still only 0.39 advantage, but
Black develops the bishop and attacks the center.
that looks okay. I don't know, because if the pawn pushes and the queen captures this pawn, rook can come here and then get ready to take this pawn. So it's kind of messy. But could the knight go here and have a discovered attack on the rook? Well, I don't know. No, the rook would be here. I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. Let's show the follow-up. Okay, that doesn't tell us much.
That's a bodyguard move right there, keeping that pawn safe.
Apparently it was the best move. Oh, just keeping this pawn safe. Okay.
Boom! Black is gonna snag a pawn. What a steal.
Let's show the tactic. Okay. But it still says it's a 0.39 advantage for white though. So guess that pawn's not too important.
Boom! Black is gonna snag a pawn. What a steal. Gotta move. Nothing wrong with getting out of danger. They're on their way to snagging a pawn.
So Murzin is up a pawn. Apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he snagged a pawn, but it's still even. Even material. So you got the pawn back.
Castling kingside gets the king out of dodge and the rook ready to rumble.
But it says the best move would have been rook to d1. Rook a to d1. But this bishop is, well, it puts pressure on this bishop because the knight can, well, the knight could have taken. Pawn takes and then queen takes. You could have maybe won a pawn. Well, threatened to win a pawn. I'm sure you could have defended.
This overlooks an opportunity to take an open file with a rook.
So I was just saying the best move would have been rook to c8.
This is the best move.
Just putting pressure on the center.
What a move. Textbook stuff right there.
Show the follow-up. Okay, interesting. Knight for bishop.
Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Dodging danger like a pro. They failed to notice a chance to move a queen to safety.
So the best move would have been queen to c5.
Looks like they overlooked the chance to bring the last piece into the game.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, so just rook to e1 would have been the best. But white's still up 0.6. Up more than half a pawn, so it's got something.
This open file gives the rook a sweet view of the whole chessboard.
But weirdly enough, the best move would have been rook to e8. Behind this pawn, I don't understand.
They just missed the opportunity to develop a piece while also winning a tempo on a bishop.
Yeah, just bringing the rook to e1, attacking the bishop would have been developing the piece with tempo. So just it's still minor. It's still pretty much even. So it was an inaccuracy, but it wasn't a huge mistake.
They failed to notice a chance to attack a pawn chain. This gives the opponent the green light to win a tempo by threatening the queen.
Let's let's show the idea attack on the pawn chain first. Okay.
They failed to notice a chance to attack a pawn chain. This gives the opponent the green light to win a tempo by threatening the queen.
See what the winning tempo is. Okay. So rook to b6.
They failed to notice a chance to attack a pawn chain. This misses an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a queen.
Okay, so we already saw that. Okay, so we don't need to show it again. Now it's negative 0.04.
This move is the only one that works. What a find. This removes the attacking pawn and eliminates a threat.
Interesting. It doesn't show us what the threat was. Can we see it?
This is an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening.
Oh, the threat. The threat that the pawn is attacking the queen. That's all. Okay.
This move is the only one that works. What a find. This removes the attacking pawn and eliminates a threat. White develops and recaptures, efficiency at its finest.
So develops and captures. Okay.
That blocks them from trying to tactically win a bishop.
Let's show the tactic. Okay, chase the queen away and then take the bishop. That's what white had.
Them from trying to tactically win a bishop.
But it says the best move would have been rook to b8. Because that would have stopped the rook from going to b6.
That pawn just kicked the bishop. Gotta move it. Yikes, that leaves a bishop undefended and ready to be snatched up.
So first blunder.
Spicy. That bishop was just sitting there waiting to be snatched up.
So I think white is up to a winning advantage now. I think 1.28 is a winning advantage. It's still close, but it's like one more. Anything over a point, I think, is pretty much a win if with precise play. But you got to be precise, I think. All right.
Boom, best move, right here, right now. There was only one good move, and that was it. Evading that checking rook like a boss. This misses an opportunity to prepare a retreat square for the king.
So it did not like. So, yeah. See, the computer doesn't think there's anything wrong. It thinks the best move would have been just to create left. Pawn to h6. That's just saying that go ahead. There's nothing really you can do in this position. So maybe black had good drawing chances. I don't see how, but maybe.
Spicy meatball right here, y'all. This threatens to force eventual checkmate.
Show the checkmate. There we go. That's what we're aiming for. Let's see what happens.
This denies them the ability to force eventual checkmate.
Okay.
That's a slick escape from the queen's check.
Okay, so it said it denied the checkmate, but it was just because the king is in check. So I'm pretty sure black is trying to get a perpetual check.
Solid move keeps things balanced. Evading that checking queen like a boss. Yikes, black just cooked up a backward pawn. Recipe for disaster.
Let's show the follow-up. So a mate in 13. Let's see if it happens.
Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. Easy peasy recapture. The checkmate threat continues. Okay, that was the only move. One step closer to checkmate. That's a slick escape from the queen's check. Solid move, nothing crazy. Okay, that was the only move. Now there's a looming threat to force eventual checkmate.
See, the computer wanted him to go back to f6. That would have been a draw. That's funny. That's where the human is still more powerful than the machine. The machine wanted this move. It would have been a draw. Just going back and forth. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe because I don't think the computer liked the queen going to h8. So, alright, let's keep going.
This prevents the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate. Clutch move by white. Snags a pawn in the nick of time.
White did not snag a pawn. Alright.
This move is an absolute banger.
That's okay. White's completely winning, but that's a banger. I don't get it.
What? A free pawn? You don't see that every day. What just happened? Bullseye.
Show the follow-up. But White's up a knight. Just a knight. Just a knight? Yeah, that's it. I think. I don't think he had anything else to win, but I think that's it.
Okay, that was the only move.
Alright, we already saw the follow-up, but let's... Alright, so that's what would have happened. So, I guess Murzin resigned in this position. Didn't want to play down a knight. I mean, in a game on my level, we still would have kept playing. Because what's the game plan to win this? You can't win with just a knight. So there's still, to me, there's still chances for a draw. Because they're equal on pawns. I guess try to trade rooks off and then use the knight to capture this pawn. And the king is over here threatening to take these pawns, so this keeps the king locked down. I guess that's what I would try. But it still would have been quite a bit of a game. Like if I was with 29 seconds, I could definitely lose on time. So let's go back to the highlights, I guess. I thought that when I saw the game live, I thought it was a much better game. Well, actually, I didn't see it. I didn't see much of it live. They didn't focus on this game. They reviewed. They looked at it a couple times, but they were mainly on Vishyanand's game. But I still wanted to cover it because Han. Oh, I don't know. I kind of wanted to pick a game that Hans won, and it was. I don't know. It was in the. I don't know. It was just something about it. Vishy's. I covered Vishy's game. His game stood out to me, and this game stood out to me. So, I think it was pretty good. I thought the accuracy would have been much higher, but hopefully they do better. Like I'm rooting for Hans quite a bit, and I was hoping his average accuracy would have been higher. That's all. Maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. I don't know. But he's got time to get better, I guess. I don't know. Still rooting for him. But that's it for today. If you see any tournaments that I haven't covered or any games from certain tournaments, just if I can find it on chess.com or 365chess.com, I can do a review on it. Just let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, just please like and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribes. If you have any ideas of a type of chess video that I should make, or anything else, if you have any ideas what I should do, I'm open for advice. I'm still pretty new to this, trying to do my best, but I definitely could use some advice. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.